I think let me just go through what we will still need. What is this? That looks kind of disturbing. Wait, you even need... Oh my god, okay. Moving on. Alright guys, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Scrap Mechanic with me, Spacefish. And as you guys may be able to see here, I've been sort of busy. So I have spent a bit of time just off screen grinding a few of the mats that we are going to need without you guys, just to kind of spare you guys that part, because I think episodes only consisting of grinding would probably end up being a bit boring. But let me just sum up everything that happened in the meantime. Really not too much, honestly. One of the major things is that I got another one of these collectors, because pretty much the way that I'm doing this stuff right now is that I've always got one empty collector on the car and I'm out mining, and the other one is right here and the thing is refining in the meantime. So that's why I made myself a second one of those. Other than that, not really much changed. I have put a switch right here that I'm now using to like turn on and off the drill instead of just having to turn over to the engine all the time, so we can just do this, do that, which is great. I also have another one right here which I was kind of looking to use for the other engine, but it turns out that I will probably need an upgrade to be able to even attach that switch to the other engine, so that's unfortunately going to have to wait for a while longer. But that's about it. Like, I have not really changed much about the vehicle or anything. I haven't changed much in here. I have been farming quite a lot with this 8-plot farm now. Kind of expanded on that a little bit. Mostly just done some tomatoes. I am looking to do some carrots now, so I'm going to plant one there already, but I'll need a bit more water for that. And yeah, as you can see, other than that, I mean, we've got like this stuff still, which we looted prior to everything else. I think like we've got 7 tomatoes, so got a bunch right there. And well, other than that, really just been collecting a bunch of stuff. I have been stocking up on glue from clamshells. I've been getting a bit more fuel for us too, so we've got like 32 fuel here and another 20 here, which I think those 20 used to be there before, but I did use up a bunch of fuel driving around the map with my vehicle, cause the main thing that I did was this right here. So as you guys can see, did a bunch in this regard. I did get some ember just because we need it for tier 2 metal blocks. Did get a huge load of stone, which well, that one's not really too hard to get, but also a huge load of metal, which is awesome. And I also already produced a bunch of tier 2 metal, because we're definitely going to need a whole bunch of that for what I have planned for this episode, because I am, this episode, going to be making, maybe even next one as well, who knows how long this will take, but I'm going to be making a new vehicle with you dudes, which I want to be making an exploration vehicle. I mean, so far I've been kind of driving around with this thing a bit, and you know, it's been going somewhat alright, but I would like to have a dedicated vehicle for exploration where I have like a chest in it, or 2, maybe even 3 or 4. I would like to eventually have a bed in it in which I can respawn, because from what I saw, that's kind of, well, I mean, that's obviously kind of useful, right? Because if you do die, you respawn right in your bed on the vehicle, which there has been a change, though, to that in Scrap Mechanic, is that I think like if you die like 3 times or something, or was it 5? I'm not quite sure. The bed actually breaks. So that's something to watch out for. Definitely don't want to die too often, but I do think I would like to have a mobile bed with me in that thing. And well, other than that, just kind of beef it up overall a bunch more. The thing that I'm still missing though for the mobile bed and for a proper seat is going to be, well, was it wool or something that we needed, right? And we still need to search for that biome, so I think we're going to be doing that with that vehicle whenever that's ready, and then just upgrading the seat as we go. Other than that, I killed one haybot, and it gave me 1 component kit, and I think that's just the 1 component kit that we need, because else I would have had to rip the engine from our other vehicle. But looking at this, we need 3. And we've got just 3, and that just kind of goes to show how badly we actually need an exploration vehicle, and how badly we need to do some more exploration, just because, well, we are really, really, really low on these component kits, and could use a bunch more. We kind of still have some, well, some is kind of not the right term. A good bunch of these circuits, so we are still at a good point for those, but component kits are getting a bit short. Now, I really want to make this vehicle something good, something decent, right? Not like the scrap vehicle thingy that we just plunked together here. I mean, just looking at this, right? Like half of it is made out of scrap wood, the other half is out of scrap metal, and there's even gaps in it that I needed to punch in there because I didn't have enough metal to fill all the gaps. And like the wheels don't have suspension and are like weirdly turning, and everything's just kind of a bit wonky, right? And I want to make this our first proper vehicle, so I'm already telling you guys it's probably going to take a bit more time than the first one did. I'm just gonna leave myself the time as well that I need for it. So I hope you guys are going to be enjoying the building process. And well, let's just see how we get along. I've also made myself some glass, by the way. I'm going to show you guys later on what I am kind of hoping I can do. But I'm not too sure about that, so I don't really want to come out with that just yet. Then we have this wood here, and I think I actually, as you can see, also collected a bunch of wood, but I'm thinking we will probably need to actually make wood blocks from the scrap wood, so I'm going to get that queued to actually get all the things that we need. So I'm going to be doing some off-road suspension. I'm lower on oil than I was before, which is fine, I guess, because I have a bunch more. Yeah, right, the vehicle costs oil. That makes all the sense in the world then. So I'm going to be needing that. Going to be needing a bunch of tier 2 metal for that, but I hope that we have enough for everything, because I would like to actually make the whole vehicle out of tier 2 metal as well. So it's going to be quite costly. I have been mining quite a lot, I have to say. I think I've like totally emptied three deposits. So definitely been a lot of work. Now, what did I just need? Ah, this is what I needed the wood for. And that's actually quite a lot of wood that I'm going to need here. So good thing that I got myself a bunch of metal, because I do want to go with these big wheels, I have to say. So we're going to need like 160 wood blocks here, which is a lot. I hope we have enough wood for that. Well, there's a bunch more here, so let's try and get this stuff going. And in the meantime, I can maybe already get my lift up outside and just kind of start to get going, hopefully. So I am also... Wait, are these ready? They are. I'm just going to plant some more of these carrots. And I'm just going to hold off on for a second. How many are these? 4... Okay, 8. There we go. I'm going to hold off for a second on watering them, because I just don't want to bore you guys with that. And I'm just going to get this up there. And instead, I'm going to pick up my tier 2 metal blocks. And, well, I can maybe just slowly get going. And also, this thing's already done again. So let's collect all this. And this is another thing I really want component kits for. Just unlocking these last few crafting slots, I think, would be pretty great. But here we go. So, I mean, the start is always a pretty easy one, right? We are just gonna do something like this. Small little base, like that, and then we're good. And also, what I'm actually gonna need, by the way... Was that some bot I heard? I hope it wasn't. I had a few not so nice encounters today, but it wasn't really too bad, so I hope it's gonna stay that way. This needs a lot of wood. I'm actually getting worried about the amount of wood we have. I may be needing some more. But let me pick up 2 of these circuit thingies real quick. And probably queue a bit more wood for crafting too. 1, 2. There we go. Yeah, this is all done. What did I say? We needed 160, right? How much do we have so far? 120. Oh, I think we're just about good, aren't we? Yeah, that should be good. Okay, perfect. So we do seem to have enough wood for the wheels as well, then, which is great. Because I think I tore down like 5 or 6 trees for that by now. So definitely did a good bunch of work on that too. And you got to remember, I don't have any like wood farming, wood harvesting vehicle yet, which I do have to say I have a nice concept in mind that I would really like to try if that works. But that's for another day. For today, we are going to be focusing on exploration vehicles. So, getting all these things into the queue now, because that's going to take me a while. I'm missing 5 beeswax, which is fine, because I have a bunch more here. So getting that last one in the queue then, and that's going to take its sweet time, and in the meantime we can just go and pick up that seat real quick. Sorry for that little pop there. Probably I still need a pop filter for this microphone pretty badly, but here we go. Nice little, well, not really a nice seat right there, but you know, it's a seat, it's a start, it's fine. And let's get this stuff going. So I would like this to be sort of the front of the vehicle. What I am not really sure about if the proper seats will have the same height as this one. I hope that's going to be the case, because what I then would like to do is I would start actually I would like to start by kind of putting some, wrong orientation. I would like to start by putting some metal blocks all the way under these, under the seat, okay? But I would actually like to start like enclosing this thing somewhat, and just somewhat like that for a start, maybe. Just about here, okay. And then we can just close this off from the front as well, just like that. Perfect. Okay, so that's kind of like the tub in which I want to be sitting. And I don't just want to leave it a tub, right? If you guys can remember, I also will be using so much of that tier 2 metal. I'm definitely going to have to queue more. I know that I'm definitely going to need some tier 1 metal blocks as well, so I didn't want to queue it all at the start. But that's definitely going to be something that we'll have to work on too. But as you guys may remember, I showed you this glass right here, right? And what I want to get going is this. And I would like to try, if I can't make it, so I can like press a button and the windshield tilts up. And then press that same button again when I'm in and the windshield tilts down and I'm pretty much in my cockpit and like shielded off from everything. That's kind of what I would really, really love to be going for. I've got no clue if I need a small or a large windshield, so I'm just going to start with a small one and see how that works out. But yeah, I think that would be great if we can make that work. I'm also going to queue some suspension for suspension parts. Actually, what I've also heard, or not heard, but what I've seen on the Scrap Mechanic Reddit, by the way, is that it's apparently a good idea to place suspension on a drill so that you don't slide away that hard when you start mining, which I think is pretty interesting. I'm not going to do that just yet because I kind of need like all the mats I can get for this vehicle, but I would really like to see if that does actually work out. But for the time being, let's check out this windshield. It is too small, isn't it? It is too small. Okay, mat's wasted. Maybe we can use that for something else sometime. I'm really not quite sure what you would even put that on. Because like, okay, maybe there's some other seats that we can eventually use that for. Making more of that glass is really not that big of a challenge. You just need some sand and some ember, I think it was, right? And well, sand is super cheap for us because you just need concrete, so that's like the #1 mat that we can't get too little of. Does that even make sense? Well, that's the #1 mat that we have like 50 bajillion pieces of, so I'm really not worried about that. Did I get 4 suspension into the queue here? Did I just get 3 queued? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so all the suspension was queued. That is fine, and that is fine and dandy and coming out of the queue in a few minutes. What I would also like to start crafting, and that's why I got some of that glue for, is chests. So I'm going to start with 2, I think, but I'm probably, because like the #1 reason being that we will need a bunch of that metal for the vehicle construction as well, and if we do 4, we're going to be kind of low on that. But I think we're going to be doing 2 for a start then, and eventually upgrade it to 4. So I'm going to leave space for another 2 chests, I think. And that way we can then hopefully in the future increase our storage space as well. Well, we also need to leave space for as a bed. Now, I've got absolutely no clue how big or small that is, so kind of a bit of an issue right there. I hope we're going to be doing fine in that regard. But, well, let me just expand this a bit more. We are already nearly out on tier 2 metal blocks, which is crazy. I absolutely underestimated the amount of mats that this would be costing us. Wow. Crazy, crazy. Okay. I think let me just go through what we will still need. What is this? That looks kind of disturbing. Wait, you even need... Oh my god, okay. Moving on. Let me just go through what I think we will still need for all of this. Like, what parts could we realistically still need? We will need a bed, which we can't make just yet. We actually got these cans already, I think. And even if we don't, I think it's just costing us flowers, which is good. So, like, for the bed, I'm not too worried about the mats. We're not going to be having any drills or anything of that sort. We have got the wheels that we need. We have got the engine that we need, which the only issue with that being that we can't actually upgrade it just yet, which is kind of annoying, but we need more component kits for that. What else? What else? What could we potentially need? Radio. We can actually make more radios, that's pretty fun. Controller allows bearings to rotate in sequence. Interesting. Activated by connecting to a trigger or driver's seat to controller. Is that actually something? No, we wouldn't want it in sequence. We would want to have it happen at the same time. Okay. Logic gate is a powerful block that allows you to build basic logical functions. By pressing E on the block, the mechanic can choose between different logic gate types. The logic gate can be connected to triggers times. Okay, so I don't think we need to go that advanced for what I'm hoping I can do with the windshield. Let me try, actually, let's pick this thing here up as well. Let me try if what I want to have happen can actually happen, which I will need more metal blocks for. Okay, we will have to try that when I actually have the metal blocks crafted. I think, for a start, that's kind of everything we want from this, isn't it? Is it? I think it is, guys. Okay. Let's hope that it is. We will want some bearings, so I can probably... Actually shouldn't have done that, because I want the metal blocks first. But let me pick up some of that water and some of this ember here. Oh, or maybe not. And just get some of these queued. And... Okay, my inventory is absolutely exploding. That is kind of an issue. I'm going to get that glue in there. I don't need that right now. Anyways, then we're going to collect this, collect that, get more of this stuff queued. Okay, and here are more T2 metal blocks in, which is great. I'm just going to get that last stack in as well, and then we're going to keep going on this vehicle. So, what we would need then probably, right, is some sort of wall behind this here. I just don't know if it would need to be... And this is kind of an issue as well. It's super hard to build from down here, I have to say. Can we maybe... get that over here-ish instead, and like turn it. Can I turn it? I can. Okay, I think this is going to work a bit better for that part of the creation, just because I can more see where I'm placing things, if that makes any sense. It does look like we need to get this wall one further up to actually be able to place the windshield. So let's do that then. Let me come here, collect all this stuff, and wow. I think between this episode and the next one, I'm gonna have to put in another grinding session just to make sure that we'll have enough metal to actually finish this creation, because we're going through it like crazy. I really didn't think this metal would be going that quickly, but obviously it very much is. Very much is. Okay. Is it still not up high enough? Seriously, is it gonna be that high up? It is. Okay, wow. It's crazy. Didn't really expect that to be the case, but it looks like that's gonna be the way that it is, so yeah, just constructed basically the central part with the cockpit, and I'm already like halfway out of mats, which is crazy. Okay, so I want to have it right here, And then I would want to, maybe we don't even need to, but I think, okay, so I'll have to think about that. Because I think it would look absolutely crazy cool if we could just lift up the cockpit canopy here. Instead of like, I mean, we could have some sort of door here too, right? But I think just lifting up the cockpit canopy would be a crazy thing to have. Okay. And what I would then want is to have my chests somewhere on the outside of the vehicle, but like still somewhat enclosed. So that's why I'm thinking that I'll actually need even more metal. Actually also out of ember, which is interesting. Got a bunch more of that though, so I think that's gonna still last for a while. The tier 1 metal is not though, so definitely gonna need more of that. But what would be the idea here? I think the question is, do we actually need this wall behind the driver's cabin? Because I think, no, let's get rid of that wall. I'm gonna, oh wait, sorry. I'm gonna get the engine. Or I mean, that's kind of the thing, right? We don't need it for structure, we would need it for looks, I think. So let me get it back. As I said, I really want to have this be some sort of proper vehicle, something that I can be super happy about and that I really like the looks of and everything as well. So we're just going to be making everything somewhat nice here too. That's sort of part of the whole goal. I'm just going to extend this further backwards and run out of metal again. And then what would be the idea would be that we have the engine here in the central sort of part as well to kind of keep that safe. And I'm actually kind of wondering, we have a lot of space in here, so I think like all the central vehicle components I would put in here. This thing looks kind of funky though, doesn't it? Okay, it's going to be a lot of design work making this look good actually, I think. But we'll have the engine right here. Then maybe, and that's the thing that I was actually just now thinking, I'm not actually sure I have mats for. Can we have like a fuel tank or something so we don't have to refuel this thing every 2 seconds basically? I think there was something like that somewhere. Here it is. Okay, we would need tier 1 metal. Great stuff. And everything else I think we should be able to provide. Let me check out for like this color stuff. Maybe I'll have to collect some flowers. Okay, we've got 8, so we would need a bit more, especially since, hello buddy, you can get yourself back on there, right? But yeah, especially since I think we well, we have a bunch of flowers here. Maybe that's fine, but we will need that color for the bed here as well, so kind of got to keep that in mind too. But alright, so that's a bunch of stuff right there. Now, let me move that creation somewhat over here again and keep working on other things while I still have a bit of metal to expand this out, I suppose. I would then like to go somewhat like this, and maybe, I don't really know how wide I want to make this thing. Like, honestly, the thing is, right, if we don't even make it very long, I think we could just have, like, chests everywhere, pretty much. Like, not like that, but like this? Where's the front of this thing? Here, right? Yeah. So, like, we could have chests all along here, or, alternatively, if we were to pick up this engine and put it in the middle here instead. Actually, is there a port on this too? Kind of wondering about that right now. Because, like, the fuel container has a port, right? I can't really figure out, maybe this is a port that I can connect the fuel container to. So let's keep it this way, right? So if I would then have, like, an inner wall right here to kind of protect, like, my very precious stuff, which I think I should have. I mean, maybe that's the way to go, just placing all the stuff in here behind each other, and then just going like chest, and then like have an outer bumper around here still. I think that's actually pretty nice. That will probably make our vehicle look a bit more streamlined. I don't want to make it too thin though, so that's kind of a bit of a concern of mine still. But I think that's the way that I want to go for now. Then I can have like 4 chests easily, and then maybe on top of this build like some bed. I would just need to figure out how I would be refueling all this. I would need to see about that if I put the bed on top. Maybe I can have it just like a little port that I open back here, just to access like the fuel container and refuel it through there. That's something I'll have to think about. But let me pick up the other chest. Gonna place that thing right here, just like that. Cool. And I think that's the plan, really. I think that's the way that we're gonna be going. Now, what I also need to take care of, obviously, is gonna be like the things that the wheels are going to be based on. And actually for wheels I need to think, how many bearings will I need? I will need at least 8, right? 4 for turning and 4 for driving. So that would mean we have 1. That would mean we need another 7 cubes. So let's get that started. That only needs scrap metal, which we barely have enough of, but we do have enough of it. I actually don't quite have enough of it, considering that we probably want some switches, do we? How much is a switch? A switch is only 1. Well, maybe we do have enough of that. And I really hope that we're going to be good at mats here. Like, I think we're going to be running pretty low on just about everything. So, yeah, curious one. Let's see how it plays out. But there go the bearings. The other thing I would probably want is, instead of this weird like block construction that I did on the first vehicle, I want to go with like proper pipes, pretty much. Kind of wondering though. I did collect some of those, didn't I? Here. See, like with this, I could probably start making something. I'm just not really quite sure yet how I'm gonna make it look good. So that's probably something I want to think about, but. You know, we can probably start doing something with that. And I think we've also got like a few pipes back here as a bumper that we could probably salvage from that if we really wanted to. Now the question would be though, do I have got no metal left. No. Okay, let me maybe... okay, can't turn that for some reason. We maybe get rid of that for a second and just kind of take that to get an idea of how I would want to make this here look. So I would want to, I think, have a bumper like that pretty much that goes all the way up until the front. And that's kind of an issue, right? I don't really quite know how I want things to look just yet. So it's probably a good question of how I'm even going to do that. Wheels, whoops, sorry. Wheels should probably be enclosed though, right? So maybe somewhat like here-ish? And then how would I do it? How would I make it turnable? I could... Let me figure this out. Like that's obviously the thing, right? I've never really built proper vehicles in Scrap Mechanic myself. So I just need to kind of figure out how I'm even doing things in this game before I can really make the super dank creations. But I'm just learning on the go here. I was considering to actually do some, like, to just do some creative gameplay off screen, just to kind of get a bit more of an idea of how things actually work here. But not quite sure about that one just yet. I may end up doing that. Let's see about it. This stuff is looking a bit weird though, isn't it? This stuff is looking a bit weird. I'm still thinking, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to make things turnable. It's like this, I guess it would work, right? If let me get the bearing here. Jeez, that's really kind of the hard part, just exploring how to do things. So if I would put a bearing on top here, right? Which looks, like, the thing is that looks so bad though. Maybe we can enclose this whole part and just kind of then like go up and down and then into this bumper. I think we should do something like that. But for the time being, if I were to do this, right, and I were to do that, and Well, I mean, that's the thing. That would be kinda... Okay. I mean, this would be kind of protruding then. And that's what I don't really want to have happen, I have to say. So... Oh. Yeah, I made a mistake with the chests anyway, so that's fine. I think we can fix that then. So the chests actually are going to be sitting like out here, right? Because I wanted to have a center wall kind of protecting my engine. So this is how the chests would be set up, and thus the bumper would be one further out then. So I can just remove this so I can have some material to kind of look what it would be like. So like this would be the bumper pretty much, right? Just somewhat like that. And then this here would be kind of enclosed, because like this would be the actual outside, right? So what we would have then, I need to get this up for a second. What we would have then is this thing going down here, and maybe do we even want the thing going down there? Because I'm not sure how big the actual big wheels are. So let's maybe try and put it up like that for the time being, and that could be an issue too. Maybe we're a bit too far up front with the big wheels. Let's just check them out real quick here. See how... Yeah. Okay, slightly bigger. Nope. Damn it. Okay, let's redo that then. So this would need to be... I think... Let me see. Where would I want to have that wheel at, even like here-ish, right? So that would be where we want to start actually. We get that back down. So we want to have it here-ish. Actually, we could put the bearing on here already just to hide it a bit better. Then just turn that... actually, that wheel is pretty big too. Should we maybe even go like this far up? Let's see. That's just going to be a bit of experimenting, I think. So I'm going to go up and around and down. And I'm going to go out here already and just see if that is kind of good that way or not. This wheel's crazy big. Okay, so we are too far up. So I'm going to take that one extension thingy that I placed here and not use that. I'm just going to set it up like this instead. Turn it around and turn it right back out. Get that thing on there. Get that thing on there. And I think that will make somewhat sense. What I'm actually thinking now though, so we've got that suspension. And holy, is that suspension large. Seriously. That's so big. Oh. Okay. All the way back then. Oh, I'm dying. Whoopsie. Totally forgot about it. Totally forgetting about everything here, to be honest. Building vehicles is a lot of fun, I have to say, guys. It's just, for me, still very, very much a process of a lot of learning, a lot of issues, a lot of faults probably as well. And holy, is that suspension large. Okay, let's try and extend this a bit further. I'm gonna have to see about how I'm gonna hide this, if I'm even gonna hide this. I mean, like having maybe something around here, but then like showing the actual suspension could be kind of cool if it was not all this big. I mean, this would place the wheel too far down, I think, I fear. Let's see. Where is this thing at now? Like that, right? Yeah, okay. That looked a bit weird, but here we... I think that's actually fine, to be honest. Look at this wheel! That's pretty mad. That is pretty crazy, I have to say. And like not even totally protected by the bumper, which is also kind of crazy. Maybe we could even bring the chests out one further than, but I think you guys see where this is going, right? I would want the bumper like all the way out here to kind of have the wheels protected somewhat. I like this though. I like with that now, this is starting to look pretty cool, I think. I hope you guys like what this is starting to become right now. Obviously, you know, still a bunch of stuff to do, but I think we're definitely going the right way right here. And with that said, guys, it's been absolute ages. I have gotten totally lost building this vehicle, and that's why I'm going to have to end this episode. So I do hope that you guys enjoyed yourselves, and if you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. Let me know what you think about the start of our new vehicle. If you have an idea of how I can actually tilt this cockpit there upwards to let me enter, please let me know about that one as well. That would be absolutely cool. And well, other than that, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you're new to the channel, like the video, would like to stay around for more, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it. And well, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.